So, this is Shell Star here to review Toriko chapter 339 review. Uh, I got stuck out in the field, so I didn't get a chance to review last chapter. And for this one, I didn't even know they came out Wednesday. I obviously didn't have any time to review them earlier today either, so I'm gonna go ahead and knock out a review right quick. Because in about an hour or so, I gotta go to work. Yeah, work at 2:30 in the morning. Shows you how lucky my life is. Anyway, going on. This, like, I already went ahead and reviewed it early. Read it while I was at work earlier yesterday, but still, like, I really don't know what to say. Like, to start off with, Midora goes ahead and fully unleashes his meteor sprice and pretty much starts basically blowing holes all up in Neo's headquarters. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like it's kind of like he's kind of holding back power now. I don't know if it's because his subordinates are there. He doesn't want to kill Tepe and Nakanume, but Midora definitely, his meteor spice is definitely not the same. Definitely not as this meteor spice is definitely not as strong as the one he used on the human world. Also, another interesting bit. Remember how in order to escape Joey's cooking, you need to be beaten basically nearly to death? Well, Midora basically killed Zaz's, Jojo, and the hermit dude. So they got revived by life, but Midora basically killed them. So it looks like Zaz is broke free. I don't know about Jojo or that hermit dude, and quite honestly, I don't really think many people care about them. So Tepe decides to save Zaz's now that he's back to his senses. And while Tepe's making a run for it, while everybody's focused on Midora, he's also asking for the golden cooking ware. I'm guessing the same as the golden plates that Alfaro used, which are like basically so fucking sharp that they can cut through Jojo's tongue. I really don't say that's much considering that Jojo is like a meh character. And to start off with, Midora uses his tongue spear. Now, this I'm pretty sure is about as powerful as it was when he fought what's his name? His brother Ichirayu. I think I just got his name right, like Ichirayu, and blows a giant hole inside of the mountain that is Neo's base. That causes what's her name? Damn, I can't remember anybody's name now. What the hell is her name? Oh yeah, Joa, to teleport Midora to another island. Midora still got that same face, like, so she moved his locations. It's slightly troublesome, but not really. And she builds something called Warp Kitchen, which apparently the basis. I read this over and over again, but until I could try and figure it out. But from what I can understand, it slows down time. It probably stops aging as well. And she's using kitchen. She's using Kurose's knife, which Midora recognizes. Not only that, apparently that she says that several Acacia's cooking or several the things on Acacia's menus that they take hundreds and hundreds of years, which, to be perfectly honest, we all know is kind of bullshit. Remember how Kaka was saying, okay, in order to cook a pear, you gotta do this for like a day, and this for like 3 days, and this for like a week, and then this for a month. And then Komatsu, the short, stubby little fucker that has got cooking luck up the wazoo, just like, yeah, we don't really gotta do all that. All we gotta do is poke this little hole right here, and whoa, here it is, ready to eat. Yeah, don't think so. It definitely doesn't take that long. They just apparently don't got the food luck that Komatsu has. And again, Joey's I guess you could say cell demons, food demon, whatever. It's talking a lot of shit because it's basically saying that it could. The quote he gave is that means that with your tiny transient life, that anger you have that's no more than a moment of a mosquito buzzing is not worth my time in the least, fool. Yeah, Joey's demon. I don't know what to say about this because this thing looks like it's able to act outside of Joey's will. Unlike blue and red, considering that both of them tend to, I don't know, for the most part, be looking act according to Toriko's wheel. And I know a lot of people want to say blue really doesn't care as much about Toriko as red does. I think that's kind of a lie, considering that blue was like he wasn't exactly too antsy because he remember when red was asking blue for help, he specifically stated, "Will Toriko's body hold out?" And red was like, "Don't worry about it. Cure water dropped it down to 0. Plus, there's some air food, so you can go out and have some fun." And plus, he was also telling Toriko to hold out long enough, Komatsu and him to finish cooking Air King and for him to beat Heracles. Of course, that didn't go down, but like I said, I think Blue does care more about Toriko. Anyway, going back to its, Minera's basically got the face that my anger is just for a moment, that may be, but this feeling that's been uninterrupted to this point will etch a memory of fear into your cells that will never disappear. If time moves slowly here, then I can take my time to fight, I suppose. A few seconds from now, when you perish, I'll tell you my full course as a souvenir to take with you to hell. Okay. So apparently Minera actually has his own full course. Not that surprising, considering that Ichiryu and even Jirous had their own full courses. The fact that Minera has his own, I don't really think it'd be that surprising. So I'm interested in see what his full course is. Going on, remember that Acacia cell cancer thing that was fighting, that ran into Jirous? Yeah, apparently he knocked the damn thing into space. Like, no joke. You can literally see that thing just floating into space. And it's got 2 holes in it now that don't appear to be healing whatsoever. So yeah. Jirous, he's not exactly someone you want to fuck with. But that cell thing, that Acacia thing, it didn't exactly get knocked out without taking a souvenir. It bit off Jirous' hand. That's fucking surprising. Of course, Jirous' main woman, she's like, don't worry about it. Let me just dap a little cure water on that and you'll be as good as new. Okay, and it's as suspected, what's his name? Chi-Chi. He quickly points out that that predator creature has resurrected many times over 10 billion years. And that thing just now wasn't even the main body, mark my words. It's the gourmet cell demon that lurks inside Acacia. Jirous asks if it's already revived. He said that it probably hasn't already fully revived, but the thing is, it's damn close enough to where the cell demon is in an active state. I'm gonna go on a limb and say that between fully revived and active state means that like its power probably isn't at 100% because it's not all the way woke up, but it has woken up enough to start moving around and start devouring shit. And that's a big problem because like the next page, let me go ahead and rotate this around. Yeah, the next page. We basically see Acacia munching down on some blue nitro. and he is looking fierce. Yeah, the Bushoku Shin, uh, the Bushoku Shin, gourmet god, Acacia. Yeah, they've got some issues right now. Anyway, Jirou points out that the solar eclipse is still a ways off, and Chi Chi simply says that it might be planning to come to each continent itself to hunt. That's gonna be fucking interesting because this thing's obviously gonna run into the Eight Kings, and I'm pretty sure they're not gonna like Acacia just fucking up their continents. They might be like okay with letting like the beast handle things here and there, but if that thing gets too fucking rabid, like remember those double things that went to the Battle Wolf's continent? The ones that just kept eating and eating and eating. I forgot what the hell they're called, but they just kept eating and eating and eating until they reached the Battle Wolf's continent, and the Battle Wolf found their asses and then just literally wiped out the whole damn species. Yeah, I don't think any of them are. That's probably going to be the same thing that's happening. Whether or not Cassius actually beat them, who knows? Anyway, this planet's where they'll be making their final appearance, the Full Course and God. So, that's interesting. He says this planet. A lot of people are on a hype that we might go into outer space, so it looks like that might actually happen. On the plus side, Jirou points out something very interesting that I think a lot of people forget. Acacia sealed away a good portion of Jirou's strength. Remember, Jirou has always been fighting with his strength, basically with most of his power locked up. And right now, Jirou's looks like it's finally time for me to undo my knocking as well. And Setsuna's like, so you're finally going to undo your seals, Jirou-chan. And Chi-Chi's like, ah, damn it, well, I guess I better take some drugs too. Understand this. Now, keep in mind. Jirou, Chi-Chi, and Setsuno. These three motherfuckers are probably, right now, the heaviest hitters on the good side. I mean, Jirou unlocking all his seals. I can't actually wait to see what Jirou's capable to do. I still say that Jirou's actually stronger than Midora. I really do. And as for Setsuno, alright, this is probably going to be a bit of a stretch, but I'm going to say that the next time when Setsuno does fight, she's not going to be an old hag anymore. Like, I don't know if Jirou's going to do some knocking on her to help her replenish her strength, or if she's going to take some special cooking that's going to help her, but I'm going to say that Setsuno's going to end up turning back into her younger self. You know, the one that actually looked like a cute little loli with big breasts? I know, that's actually big breasts. That's actually weird, and Toriko considered as very little fan service. I actually don't mind that. And then Chi-Chi's talking about taking some drugs, so it's like, Chi-Chi, come on, you can't become a crackhead. Anyway, Chi-Chi replies that even if the three of them do join forces and battle the thing, he doesn't believe that they'll be able to win. Even if all the Blue Nitro were to join forces with them, he doesn't believe they'll be able to win. And this is where things get interesting, because Chi-Chi points out if there's any chance of stopping it, it takes something like the gourmet cell demon that once lurked inside Itchy Boy, Don Slime. So, that somewhat explains the relationship between Ichiryu and Don Slime. Don Slime was the cell demon that lurked inside of Ichiryu. So, I admit I honestly didn't expect that coming, but it does give an interest into knowing, like, how should I say? Like, maybe Don Slime got pissed at, because remember, Don Slime appears to be angry at Ichiryu, and maybe Ichiryu decided to release Don Slime from his body, because remember, Ichiryu didn't use his cell demon when he was fighting, what's his name? his brother Midora. So maybe he released his cell demon from his body, and Don Slime got pissed about that. I was like, yeah, no, I want to come back. They fought, Don Slime lost, and Don Slime got left behind. Maybe that's the reason why Don Slime is not exactly happy with Ryu. Anyway, as for the whole thing with Jirous, Setsuno, and Chi-Chi, Chi-Chi says he's going to take some drugs, so it's going to be interesting to see how that turns out. I truly believe that Setsuno is going to probably, like when she comes back to her full potential, she's probably going to be looking like her younger self. And Jirous turning back to the rampaging beast, so that's going to be really interesting. We also know Acacia is on the move, so if he's on the move, if I had to guess, I honestly think there's a good possibility that Acacia won't run into Jirous. Like, Acacia is probably going to leave the continent to go to one of the other continents, and I know people are going to like flame me for this, but Acacia might be one of the 8 kings there. Don't know which one it is, but Acacia might be one of the other 8 kings. Like, and then then just start eating up shit there. But I believe that Acacia is like gonna run into Jirous at some later point. I don't think Jirous is gonna be the first 8 king he's gonna run into. Anyway, what else is there? Oh yeah, the battle between Midora and Joey. Midora has a full chorus, and he says before Joey dies, he's gonna tell him that full chorus as a gift to Hell. And Joey, on some cocky shit, is like, yeah, no, this is what's gonna happen. You're gonna die, and I'm gonna hear your full chorus as your last dying screams. Yeah. So I don't know how the battle between Midora and Joey is gonna turn out. Midora might actually beat Joey, but Joey's gonna run off of some weak shit like, yeah, I can't win after all, and just skedaddle. Or Joey might just beat Midora. I hope not. I actually want to see Midora and Jirous go ahead and face off against Acacia, because Jirous, just like without those seals, he's basically turned back into the rampaging beast Jirous. It's gonna be interesting to see that. Anyway, I think I touched up on most of the major points. That's all right now. So thank you for watching. Please leave some comments below, review if you want, and that's it. Shadowstar signing out.